Homo sapiens weren't always alone. At least 5 other human species once shared this planet. There were Neanderthals, stocky and strong, built for cold European winters and harsh conditions. There were Denisovans, a mysterious group known mostly from a single finger bone and tooth. There was Homo floresiensis, nicknamed the Hobbit, standing barely 3 feet tall on Flores. There was Homo erectus, the longest surviving human species, lasting nearly 2 million years total. And there was Homo naledi, discovered deep in a South African cave system, still puzzling scientists. For a while, several of these species lived on Earth at the very same time. Homo sapiens and Neanderthals even overlapped for tens of thousands of years in the same regions. We know they interacted, because most humans today still carry small traces of Neanderthal DNA. So the two species didn't just coexist. At some point, they occasionally interbred as well. But eventually, every other human species disappeared, leaving Homo sapiens as the only one left. So what actually happened to them? Nobody knows for certain, but there are strong theories. One theory points to climate change, as ice ages repeatedly reshaped available food and land. Some species simply couldn't adapt fast enough as their familiar environments kept rapidly disappearing. Another theory blames direct competition, since Homo sapiens were unusually skilled at cooperating together. Larger social networks meant better tools, shared knowledge, and access to more resources overall. Other species may have simply been outcompeted for the same limited hunting grounds nearby. A third theory suggests interbreeding itself played a role, slowly absorbing smaller populations over generations. Neanderthal populations were already small, so absorption into larger groups may have simply diluted them. Disease is another possibility, since new contact between groups can spread unfamiliar illness quickly. Small, isolated populations like the Flores hobbits were especially vulnerable to sudden environmental disasters. A volcanic eruption or sudden change in food supply could wipe out an entire isolated group. Realistically, it probably wasn't just one cause. It was likely all of these, compounding together. Climate pressure, competition, interbreeding, and disease likely worked together over thousands of gradual years. One by one, each species quietly vanished, until only a single human lineage remained standing. That lineage was us, Homo sapiens, the last human species left on the entire planet. But we're not entirely alone in our biology, since tiny traces of them still remain today. Every time scientists sequence human DNA, they find small fragments left behind by our relatives. So in a strange way, those other human species never fully disappeared from the story. Small pieces of them are still walking around today, quietly embedded in almost everyone. So the next time you look in the mirror, remember you're not entirely one species. You're a quiet echo of every human species that ever walked this planet before you.